Initial upbringing was hard, difficult, with a lot of martial things, maybe like a lot of fighting or sports or a lot of like activity in his life or anger issues, everything. So when Sun is prominent and then Saturn comes, is a totally different matter than when Saturn is prominent and then A is comes. This means when M is prominent and then A comes, is then Saturn has overtaken Sun. That is for sure. Initial upbringing has a lot of materials in it, like lot of confusions, lot of things like he did not knew how to do and everything. So he explored a lot. He has a, like his childhood as his teens, his lot it has went into a lot of exploration. Look it from here, like in terms of look at how background of the Rashis are there. See, this is Aquarius, this is Pisces, this is Aries. Isn't it this like a steep slope, which is like planets are trying to climb on? Look, just keep looking. This is Capricorn in the lowest sense. This is, you see, Scorpio is there from down, and then Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, like this Pisces goes on. Aries goes on, then Taurus, then Gemini. Okay, so I want you to see what happens around Gemini. So now you just see the background moving down. So now you will notice suddenly the everything will start going down. And from Gemini, it will start to appear like it's going down. So from this point, like just before, just after Gemini, starts to appear to go down. So basically, what I was trying to show is like the Gemini is the topmost point of Sun. And you have to understand in terms of how Scorpio and Gemini becomes two poles. Two poles in terms of one, Scorpio represents the deepest, darkest, like, na, something that is dug in as a hole, as a the underground. So Gemini output becomes the something that is outshining, that is like up on top, something like that. And it is the topmost point of the sun also. And even if you see in the Navamsha, the sun gets exalted in the sign of Aries, but in the Navamsha of Gemini, the 10 degrees of sun is going in Navamsha of Gemini. And that is where you can understand why is the sun getting more prominence and with this concept of self-recognition at the age of 3 that comes into it. By the age of 3, everybody has it. But generally, after 18 months to 3 years age, this gets developed in the baby, in the kids. So इसीलिए Gemini नाम है, is the name of the person, is the name of who you are. Will you have the recognition, will you have the name, fame or not, is actually seen from Gemini. Howsoever strong the Gemini is, the stronger the Gemini, the bigger your name. You don't have to introduce yourself. People will just know that people. Actually, मैं famous होने का अर्थ यही होता है. People know you by name. That's it. If you look at like something which is like previously, if we don't have TV, we don't have social media. What was the basis of your name, fame, recognition? What was it? How people use how would you say that somebody was famous?
They are on radio or newspaper.
They are either on the radio or the newspaper. So they basically their voice or their name. If you remove the radio technology also, so just print me. So people know by their name who is this guy. So that is how important Gemini becomes. In actually, if somebody will have that name from recognition is actually rooted in Gemini. So now there are multiple aspects of things that can be just looked into by looking at somebody's name. Just by looking at somebody's name, a lot of things can be just told and said about that person. And even to a certain extent, it can be changed. Like things can have, like you can actually have a different set of life experiences if you have a different name. So certain name people get a certain life pattern, very good suited. And not even if you can, like, we can say, think in two ways. You can think, oh, I have this name, that's why I have got this type of life. Or you can say, I have this something in my chart, and that's why I've got this name. Like, howsoever your current structure is, that's how you're getting the name. Okay. So shall we look at it? Do you want to predict people's name through people's name? Something about that? Okay. So write it down this. So first is ka kha ga gha. Ka kha ga gha. This is all letters that are prominently linked with Mars. Ka kha ga gha. So cha cha ja jha is linked with Mercury. Cha cha ja ja. So anybody having names starting from like Karan. Okay. So what is prominent in Karan is Mars. Mars is dominating in the name. You now you can think like, oh, whether it is like in the chart, will I see it dominating? Not right now, not at this stage. You're like that much alert to those things. But just by name, you can just say Karan has a prominent Mars. Wherever it is played, it will play a role. It has something to do with his name. How it is. Anytime the name comes Komal, never trust this meaning of the name because she is not Komal. Because she has got Mars. नाम कोमल है काम बिल्कुल कोमल वाले. Why? Because the Mars has got prominent name attached to it. I understand it. So that's how you will see people having letters like A, like then A में बड़ा की मात्रा A, E, O, U. These are all letters of sun. A, E, O, U, A, I, O. Like this, all these letters are from sun. Letters like Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, Na is all name of Jupiters. Like starting letter is Jupiter. Pa, 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 Ha, Ma is the name of is name for uh, Saturn. Yeah. So any like you will just look at this name combination which are there. Okay, Rahu will always give you letters in the name with two, like double E, double O, double U. Anytime there is two letters in the name, prominent Ra. Anytime if you write the name in Hindi and that has got half letter means if you write the name in Hindi and it has got half letters, you understand? Ra के नीचे आधा Ra लगाते हैं anytime. Then that name has got Ketu prominence. If your name starts with Shah, SH wala, Shah, it's starting with SH, like Shiva, has got Ketu prominence. Anytime the name starts with S, like Sanjay, Rahu prominence. S is a prominently linked with Rahu. And ऐसा हो गया डबल डबल वर्ड आएगा तो if a half things comes then ketu becomes the problem. Now how to use this is the initial letters of the life will show the initial upbringing of the child. The later letters will tell how the life is moving in that direction. Right? Where is the life going towards? The last letters will tell you. So just like naam hai Karan. So Karan means the initial upbringing is like Mars. Now initial upbringing like a Mars is a difficult, yeah, upbringing is not very smooth, not very like great, because Mars is giving the initial. So early teens and everything is very Martian thing. But it goes and ends with the letter N. That is of Jupiter. Now that means the initial upbringing was hard, difficult with a lot of like Martian things, maybe like a lot of fighting or sports or a lot of like activity in his life or anger issues, everything. But slowly that turns towards like as he grows or matures, it turns towards Jupiter, becoming gaining knowledge, like learning things becomes more prominent in the life, right? But still to the Jupiter धर्म कर्म का काम करते हुए बढ़िया से um, to realize that. Siddharth has also that name. Tha. At the end letter is Tha. Tha means again going towards the Jupiter. Initial letter is S. So initial letter is very Rahu. Rahu river. Means initial upbringing has a lot of materials in it. Like lot of confusions, lot of things like he did not knew how to do and everything. So he explored a lot. He has a like his childhood as his teens is lot it has went into a lot of exploration, trying different things. Initial teenage, he also wanted to go outside, go abroad, everything to have a different like now perspective of life altogether. But then slowly he went towards the Thomas Jupiter. Somebody like now name is somebody's like starts with A and the second letter is Ma. Now first letter is of Sun and second letter is of Saturn. This means the name has got Sun Saturn conjunction within one. Now this means struggle from the government, struggle from father. माँ बाप पिता में और पुत्र में बनती. I remember this name very like when I was doing this exercise of like just looking at into my people's name of this knowing what their life pattern is. So this name, this guy like I was watching this some like video. This guy, his name was Amar. See how's the name? AMAAR. So Sun, Mars, and at the back is Rahu. Sun, Mars, Rahu because double AR. So it used to A double M A R. Like Amar, Mars double thumb, not double A. M double thumb. So I really know this is got that is Sun, but he has got Saturn Rahu because M is repeating. That means what? That means you will have issues with your father definitely. And that guy was actually literally crying because he was somebody from like uh, I would say Middle East guy, and he was in US. Middle East, you understand, like very sophisticated, very close to Indian mentality, like get a job, things. And this guy was doing YouTube, making videos, capturing reaction and everything. And his father was like totally against it. Like his father wanted to him to like take a job and everything, and like his father was literally like saying like you have demolished our name and everything with something of me. And this guy was totally like so much crying, like literally like a child because he did not had the So just by the name, you could actually tell. I got this name as Amit. Guy, this was an experience like na, some experience you remember. Uh, because sometimes you don't have chart, you don't have anything, you don't even have like want to look at somebody's chart. And this guy is sitting with my friend and like, he says, "Tell me something about me." I said, "See, I don't have time." He said, "Please, tell me something about." I said, "What is your name?" He said, "Amit." He said, "You and your father does not go along. There's a struggle with your father, and because of that, you are struggling in your life also because you are not in sync with your father." He said, "How did you know?" I said, "Just write those A and just write those angles." So issues with the government will also have. Government सरकार का काम करवाने में issues होता है. Any paperwork that is related to government, I think it has got a lot of struggle. Anytime name which starts with it and has the second letter as A, then means Saturn is prominent first, and then Sun is prominent. Okay. So when Sun is prominent and then Saturn comes is a totally different matter than when Saturn is prominent and then A is comes. This means when M is prominent and then A comes is then Saturn has overtaken Sun. That is for sure. When A is there and then M comes, there's a struggle. When struggle is there's a power struggle. Fighting is going. But M has taken up. M is prominent first now, net. And then A comes. Means Saturn is dominant in this house. So Saturn dominant, okay. There's like lack of father. If the father is not available, he's either working too hard and he's always like no, work in his workplace and everything, or he was not available in your early upbringings. Like so very simply, my mother name is Manisha. So her letter starts with M. Now her father, she had father, but her father wasn't armed. So half of her life is like she has not witnessed his father's love or anything, support, anything. And whenever our army guy comes home back, it's like it's horrible as a child. Because an army person always comes and tries to teach you the all the discipline that he has got in the army cadet. Wake up at 4, run for 15 kilometers, and there's something to do. The same thing my mother used to do. So why? Because now Saturn letter is getting formed. Earlier print does not have the power. So you will see all these people with name starting with M, Manoj, right? So again, M, fathers say issue. Your father का support नहीं. Only father might be there, but fathers is not as a support name. Short names will have marriage issues. Anytime that anytime a name is which is like less than 5 letters or 5 letters will have issues in the marriage. नाम में ही पता चल जाता है. Not, this is not like just because of name. It's like because of your karmic structure, you're getting this thing. बड़े नाम represents Jupiterian. Like people in South India, always this name comes. Srinivasan, like the full name, Srinivasan. Pure Jupiterian name. Full name, big name. All the big names you will see coming, having influence of Jupiter. Small names like Neha, like Ruchi, Khushi, these are short names. These people have marriage issues, struggles in marriage. Then you will see other names is like very small name like that, which has this dual tone, dual tone, like what? Like, these are sounds like you will have to very notice like sound like Pimpa. Naam is Pimpa. Like look at the name. Like it's very Mercury Gemini name. Pimpa. Tun Tun. Like no, the name is Tun Tun. Like these are all Mercurial name, pure Gemini name. है ना? घर में नाम रख लेते हैं कभी इधर ऐसे बच्चों के। लाइक दो अक्षरों का ही है लेकिन वो नाम ऐसा होता है कि जैसे साउंडिंग लाइक अ पिंग पोंग बॉल वी आर प्लेइंग।